Okay, class, we're gonna start. We're on Wednesday. You guys are so close to done. You guys have a lot to read tomorrow, but it's your last day, so just push through. You've got this. Alright, so we're gonna look at just some of the everyday things that happened during the Great Depression. So if you guys didn't hear, there was a stimulus check sent out now, not during the Great Depression, but now because so many people have lost their jobs. Well, there was stimulus money sent out during the Great Depression, whereas I think most people got a little bit over $1,000 for the stimulus check right now. In in North Carolina, $5.25 for a family of 5 per week was what was sent. In New York, it was $2.39. So much different than before. And we think of, if you guys ever heard of the Dust Bowl was out in the Midwest, and the crops were so bad there, people couldn't hardly get food to bring bread back. It was a really rough time. The homeless population soared. Minority groups fell especially hard. Let's see. Entertainment. This is kind of some more of the fun stuff. Gone with the Wind that we've talked about before in class. It came out during this point. Amos and Andy, Bing Crosby. Children like to read the comics. Shirley Temple came out during this time, if you know who Shirley Temple is. I loved Shirley Temple as a kid. I watched like all of her movies. My Nana had them, and so I watched like all of her movies. There was also some really bad crime that happened during this time. If you think back to, I think it was last week, we talked about Charles Lindbergh, first man to fly across the Atlantic Ocean by himself. His baby was actually kidnapped, so that's really sad. And the FBI was newly formed, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So that's something that's been on the news right now. There's a lot of stuff going on about that when it comes to there was like some documents or something that was hidden. I'm not exactly sure I'm not caught up on that story quite yet. Amelia Earhart became the first female pilot to fly across the Atlantic during this time. Radio was big during this time. Radio shows, as we talked about, those were very big. Walkie-talkies, you guys have seen those, what we call over the radio with. World's fairs became a big thing. People listened to records and on phonographs. So this time, just even though it was bad, there was some interesting things that came out of it. There was a big movement for the civil rights movement was still going on during this point for the African Americans. So tomorrow we're going to move right into World War. We're moving right into World War II, honestly. Yeah, because we were in World War I. So we're going to finish up World War II, and that'll be where we're done for of the day, of the week.